各位嘉宾，大家好啊！今天非常荣幸在这里
I'm very honored
分享
to come here and share with you
业务和
WeBank's
想法。
some
那今天我
operations
分享的题
and
目
our
呢是
experience.
科
Today
技
my
让
topic
金
is
融更普惠。
technology makes finance more inclusive.
那个，首先介绍一下我们银行，因为我们这家
I'd
行
like to
呢
first introduce our bank.
刚成立不久，
We are
可能很
just
多人还不知道
we're
有
just
这么一
founded.
家银行。
Many people may not
那
heard
我
of our
们
name.
是全国首家
We are
互
the
联网银行
first Chinese
也是
internet
刚才
bank
主持人说的是首家
and also
民
the
营
first private internet
那
bank.
我们这家银行呢，成立才到目前为止才2年半，
We have
所以呢
been
还很
in
小。
place for 2.5 years.
小呢是指两
It
方
is a
面，第
relatively
一方
small
面呢
bank,
它年龄很小，啊3岁还不到，2岁半。
less than 3 years old,
第二方面呢，它规模相对来
and
说
the
也
scale
比较小。
is relatively small.
但是我们这家银行呢，也是得益于刚才主持人讲的，
But thanks
这个我
to
们的股
the
东啊，
our shareholders
这个大家的支持下，
and other support,
也涨得比较快。
we have grown
那
rapidly.
么待会儿我也会给大家汇报一下我们的这个
I
业务的
will
发展情况。
report
以我们这
some
2
about
年
our
多的这个
growth
发展
data.
啊
So during the 2 years
当然不像我的个
period,
子，我的个子涨不了了啊。但我们最近几年涨的那个，已经其实跟
we
一
have
些
seen tremendous
如果
growth,
可能就跟一些发展了10几年的银行
which is
的
comparable
个子长得
to
差不多
some
吧
companies which have
对，这
in
是
place for 10 years.
涨得比较快。第二个呢是，其实我们也比较大。
Actually,
这个
we
大
are
是指什么呢？
relatively big as
我
well.
们的抱负比较
For
大。
example, we are big in our ambitions.
如果各位去过深圳啊，
If
到过我们
any of
行
you
呢
have ever been to
可能
Shenzhen and
你一
visited
进
our
去就会
bank,
看到
you
我们
will see immediately you come in our vision.
科技普惠连接，
Our vision is
这就是
technology, financial
我们
inclusion,
行
and
的这个
connection.
愿景。我们的抱负是非常大的。
So
我
we are
们是
very
想
ambitious.
把普惠金融
We
做
want
得
to make
用我们的
financial inclusion
技术啊，把它做得非常大。
better,
那
use
这
our
句话呢，为
technology.
什么是这个顺序呢？
So why is our mission,
来诠
the
释
3 words in our
就
mission is
是
in that
用
order.
科技
The first, we need to use
做到商
technology.
业可持续
So
的普惠。
to make
你做到商业
financial
可持续的
inclusion
普惠，
commercially viable,
就可以吸引
And
和
with that,
连
we
接
can
更多的合作伙伴
attract and connect
来
more partners,
跟你一起。
so as
这样的话呢，
to
我们
work
可以
together
把
with
普惠
you
金融啊，
and
这个越做越大，
make financial
越
inclusion
做越
bigger
普，越
and
做越
more
惠。
inclusive.
这也是我们的这个愿景。那具体来讲呢，就是要用一些科技的
So
手
we
段，
need to take some technological
提高
measures
我们这个
to improve
经营的效率、
the
运营的
efficiency,
效率。那么大幅度的去降低
Reduce
我们整个经营的成本，
the cost,
从而具备
And
经营海量客户的这个能力。
to have the
因为在互联
capabilities
网
to
时代
serve
可
the
能你的
same
客户
amount
跟
of
原来是不一样的
customers.
你可能是海量的客户，那能不能经营这批客户，服务好这批客户
So it is important to
没有
serve
科技的手
these
段
kind
是
of
靠人
customers with the
是做不到的。
technologies in place. Otherwise, it cannot be achieved.
那刚才讲了，用科技手段做到这几点以后，
And after
我们就可以
achieving
去做一
these
些
with technologies, then
小业务，
we can
一些
focus on
非
some
常非
small
常小的业务，
businesses
把这些小业务争取做成大生意。
and try to make it to
以前
become
我们经
big.
常说，捡了芝麻丢了西瓜。现
And
在
in
呢，
the
可
past,
能
we
是
say
说
we just focus on
在
small
你具
things
备一定的
while
能力和条件下，
discarding some big
你可
benefits.
能去刻
But
意的
actually,
去
in
捡一
today's
些芝
world,
麻，
I think things are
因为捡
different.
西瓜的人太多了
Maybe we will
如果芝麻没人捡，
deliberately pick some small
如果你
businesses
能去捡，
because
而且
there are
捡得
many
够多，
people seeking for large
那
businesses.
可能
Then,
比
if we
你这
focus
个
on the small
捡西
ones
瓜
and in
得到的
large
更多。
amount, probably the benefit will
第二个呢，
exceed
是
that from the big
要
businesses.
商业可持续。
And secondly, it has to be sustainable financially. You have to be profitable.
做互联网的最后都还
To
是
do
要赚钱
internet,
不能永远亏下去。
you cannot just
所以你要把
always lose or
这些
suffer
小
loss.
生意
In the end, you have to make
小业务
money.
大生意要做成是有钱可赚，
make them
赚少
some
一点没
kind
关
of
系
a profitable business. If you earn less, doesn't matter, but it
最
must
后
be
把它变
continuous.
成标准化
Plus,
的东西。
turn it to
那
some
这样做完以后呢，
standardized
我
thing.
们就可以
And if we do like this, then we
去吸
can
引和连接
absorb
更多
and
的合作伙
connect
伴。
more partners.
所以这个是我们
So this
的
is
愿景。
our vision.
所以我这里就解释一
So
下我们的
here,
愿景。
I
可
just
能这样
provided
讲
the
呢，
explanation of our vision.
还比较
Maybe if we put it in this way,
我待会儿用我们
after a
的那
while,
个具体
I
业
will
务
use
实
a
例
specific
会跟大家
business
分享。
reference to demonstrate that, to share with you.
那我们所有的一切呢，都
All
我们把科技
everything
放
of
在了
us.
首位啊，
We
这也
put
是我们一
science
切
and
工作
technology
的
as the
前
first
提。
place. This is a
那么
precondition
事实
for
上，
all
在
our
我
work.
们行
In
的工
fact,
作当中呢，
when
也
in
是
our
也是
bank's
这么去
work,
做的。
we are just
我
doing
们
like this.
我们行在
Our
做
bank
一个业务准入的时候，
When we
评
are
估一个业务的准入的时
Appraisal
候，
the admission
它
of
的
a
一个前提
business.
条件不是
A
赚不赚
precondition
钱，
is not whether or not we earn
而是
money,
说
but
它能否
is
运用到
whether
最
or
新的
not
科
it
技
can
啊，
apply
我们行业
newest
的这个
technology. So this is our
这个准入门槛。那么在一个业务做
industrial
起来以后，
admission
在各
threshold.
个业务
After
环
this
节
business
都
has
是
started up,
充分运用到
all
目
the
前的最新的
steps of this business, we will apply
那
all
我
those
呢就是
up-to-date
因为这个环节很
up-to-date
多啊，一一介
scientific
绍。那我们这里
and
就说
technological
以一
ways
个
because we have a lot
侧
of
面的
businesses.
来
I will not introduce one by
反
one.
映我
I
们这个
just
在运用科技
use
方面
one reference from
非
the
常重视
side
以及非常普遍的。 我们行呢，大概
demonstrate
目前
you
为止大
that
概
we
有
pay
2000
attention
号
to science and technology and it's very
2000
popular here. At
那么
present,
这
totally we
2000
have
左右啊，
about
在 IT 部
2,000
门的
people.
人呢是有
While
57%，
those in IT account for 57%.
一大半都是这个 IT 的人。
More than half
有
are
这个
IT
后台
people.
管理人
We
6%，
have
业务
a platform
业务支
manager
持
6%,
但
business
其实啊
supporters
在那
7%. But in fact,
43%
in those
43%
43%,
还有很大一部分
still
因为
we
在我们
have
行呢，
some other
有一些在别的
people
公
like
司是
this
属于 IT
because some
部
of
门的
our
人或
people
岗位
in
在
our
我们行的时候
originally
是内建
in
在
working in the IT
各个
department
业
in
务条
other
线
banks, but now when they are in
所以
our
你
banks,
算上业
they
务
are
条线的
working
IT 人员
other department. If we
跟 IT
just
部门的人员
calculate
以
include
及有
this kind
很
of
多出身 IT
business
背景的
people here and those people with IT background, including our IT people. So in our bank,
我没经
totally,
过精确的统
I
计
didn't
因
have
为这个数字
accurate
是人事统计
statistics
的
because
我
this
就
number
估的
is according to estimation, at least 2/3 of our
所
people
以
in
从
our
这个人
bank
员的这个
are
结构来
just
看
based on IT or transferred
我们
from
行其
IT.
实是一个
So
科
from
技公司
our structure of the
大
staff,
韩
our
因为
bank
没有一家
is a
银行
scientific
是
company.
这样的人员比
Not any kind of bank
只有在科技
is
公
in
司好像
composed in this kind of
才有这
percentage
样的
of
人
staff. Only
其
when
实因为我不是
the scientific and
我在我们行是少
technological
数民
resource
族啊，这个
is
所以你
more important
你看我们
than
的
this bank
行
can be considered of that.
其实
I personally, I
就
come
是今天
from
的这个会
minority
议啊，我
ethnics.
特意穿着我们行的
Really,
行服
I pay attention to, I really care about this meeting. I just wear our bank's
这个
clothes here.
挺有这个 IT 公
You can
司啊，
see
科技公
it's
司的
really have those sense of the IT
特点
company,
啊，
the scientific and technological
所以
company
这个我就
features.
是以这个人
So
力
I
的
just use
分布
this
来
distribution
侧
of
面的反映
our
我们
staff's major to from
非常
a
重视科技
side
的
from
而且
the
事实上
side
我们
reflect
行
our company paying attention
更像
to
一家
S&T.
科技公司
In fact, our company to more
那
extent
这个
is similar to
我们
our
行的这
S&T
个
company.
在科技的运用上啊，
So in the application of the science and technology,
在最新
in the
的
newest
互联网这个科技
internet
方面，
scientific
现在
and
比较流
technological
行的
aspect,
ABCD
the popular
啊
ABCD,
块，
these several
我们
blocks.
都有
In all these
充
blocks,
分的
we
运用，
have 4 application of them.
甚至在区块链方
Even
面
in the
现在也在
blockchain
积极地
aspect,
探索
we are in
那
positive
今天呢，我
exploration.
这些呢
But
我就
today,
就不多讲了。
I will
为
not
什么
mention too
呢？
much about
因为我们
these.
下午
Why?
我们
Because
科
in the
技部的
afternoon,
老总啊，
our
江明
general
总
manager,
看到
Mr. Jiang Mingguo, who is responsible
会有一个
for
专题
our
的
scientific and technological department, would have
各
a
位有兴趣，
special
下午可以到他那个会
talking
议
about
去
that. If you are interested, you can go to his meeting
这一块
to listen to him.
作为
So I will
我们
not
的主要的内容。
put this side, put this part of content as the main content of my speech. So I should mention that we are the first the IOE, the distributed architect, self-developed architecture stack. Just because we adopted this kind of distributed architecture, then we can grow in such a fast manner. Why we are growing in a fast manner? Because we adopted those kind of distributed architecture. Otherwise, as far we still have to follow everything in a traditional way. The scientific and technology inclusive connection. Literally speaking, there's 3 words. But now I will use our bank's business. You know, LangDi is one of the products of our bank, which is the first product we launched facing the market. So I just take this as example to explain the scientific and technology, inclusive and connection. This product was released, launched at May 2015. We have already operated for more than 2 years. In fact, in the first 3 months, it was in a online trial period. Anyway, totally we have 2 years operation. You can see the first half year, our balance increased by 3 billion. The second half year, our balance really increased by 14 billion. In the third half year, our balance increased 27 billion, reached 14 billion. And the fourth half year, we increased by 32 billion. Now, this is data up to May the 15th. As far as this data, again, increased a lot. So this is our LangDi's developmental situation. Totally, it has been over 400 billion. The release has already exceeded 400 billion. I don't know whether or not any of the audience here is so familiar with the product. Let me have some brief introduction with the product. Maybe you are not very familiar with the product. Let me have an introduction. The main entry of it is in QQ and WeChat of our product. You can use those mobile phone to see whether or not in your mobile phone you can find that inlet. It is inside the wallet in these 9 blocks. This so-called LangDi, or it can also be named LangDi 借钱. If you have this, that means in your mobile phone, that means you are the invitee in our white list. Why you are invited? There are 2 reasons. The first reason is that it seems that the number of clients is bigger. We need in a rhythm to arrange it. So now, if you are not invited now, doesn't mean that you are not our target. But it means that we should say sorry that we still didn't invite you yet. But maybe after some time, you can see this logo in your mobile phone. The second thing is risk control. Because in the internet era, the anti-fraud, you must have those kind of invitation white list mechanism for those crime group. If they hope to have a bundle attack to you, they cannot find any list. So this is a risk control way. So our product, since it's the first day of its birth, it is on the mobile terminal. We didn't do it in PC, and everything is on the mobile, and when the user apply for our loan, basically, you don't have to fill in any of their particulars. We should say that in so many, such as big amount of people, for the people sitting here, maybe a lot of people, maybe you have already experienced our product. You don't have to provide any particulars, your personal information, and you can finish those kind of line of credit authorization process. That means you can borrow the money at any day. maybe first day you apply, second day you get the money. So it's a 7/24 service. Although our headquarters in Shenzhen city, we don't have any branches, we don't have outlets, we don't have any sub-branch bank all over China, but we can provide 7/24 service. And this borrowing is very fast. Basically, just it's very similar to like our electronic payment. Our customer is targeted at between 18 to 55. In real operation, mainly we focus on the people which is older than 23 years old. The line of credit is between 500 to 300,000 RMB. At present, the highest cap is only 200,000. Now it seems that we are still very conservative and cautious. For a monthly interest is 0.025. For the time period, for duration, it seems that all customers, this duration is not, this kind of appraisal period is not meaningful for them. First they apply, second they can get the money. We account this interest, we calculate the interest according to day. So this number of days, so this is our product. So first let me use some of the number to demonstrate the science and technologies function on our product. I have to accelerate. I only have 3 minutes left. Every day, basically, we have about 150,000 release, at the maximum more than 200 or 300 million, 100,000 loans. Every day we have 300,000 paying back. It's normal because the paying back is in phase. Basically, everything is in real time. So this is a peak number I met in the reality. I just try to find it. In 1 minute, the number of those line of credit authorization is 300,000. They always believe that we have already calculated everything, everybody's line. When the customer apply, you can give them, because this authorization is only several seconds. A lot of people, they cannot feel the time has already passed. In fact, this authorization is real time. When we receive the application of the clients, we check the credit in the bank, we check the public police, we check their education, etc. After we check the 5 or 6 system, and then we run it in our model. And after the running in our model, we calculate a line and then give this information back to our clients. Generally, it's not over 5 seconds. Generally, it's just 3 seconds. At least it's less than 5 seconds. And at the same time, it's not only treatment of one customer. So when there's a parallel application, we can also work with that. So this is peak value, but in the daily time, it's not like this. Generally, in one day, the newly added number of authorization of the line of credit will be over 10,000. Let me talk about some other things of the science contribution. For those people, number of the users who have already borrowed from us is over 6 million. In fact, now maybe the number is even more than this. If one our customer reached the number of 4 million, the number of the service people is including the managers and those direct service people are less than 80 people. Why? All these kind of businesses I have mentioned, the whole process, including authorization, including borrowing, including paying back, there's no intervention from human. We don't need a human intervention. All of these kind of things is automatically done by the system. When our customers accept consulting, the solution of the claims is all like this. When our customer number reached 4 million, we are just these people. Now the number is higher than 6 million, or even higher than 6 million. Still, we didn't add any people here, any staff here. We are using some newest AI way. Now, in one aspect, to set the product to enough simple. In second aspect, in our customer service group, there is a group of people inside our customer service department, especially researching how can we transfer those things done by human into those things done by the machines. This is first thing. The second is how can we accurately discover that what kind of question this customer would ask when he comes in? Can we give him an automatic response? So through this kind of doing, so we can increase. Although the number of business increased, but we didn't increase the number of people. Let's talk about inclusiveness finance. We are serving different level of people in this. Now we covered 31 the provinces, cities, and autonomous cities. We cover 547 cities. This number is some statistics as far as May the 15th. Our total number of registered of 6 million is as far as May 15th. And the total inventory is about everyone's average balance is 10,000 RMB. 80% of our clients, their balance is less than 20,000. So the business we are doing are very, very small business. Average loan is about 8,000. This number is basically constant. For those white-collar people, they account for less than 10%. All the other clients are people from the blue-collar service industry, manufacturing industry, including some of those personal boss, which account for about 75%. For those people who has the education lower than equal or lower than college account for 70%. You can see this is basically the same as our average demographical population structure of the society. So from this point of view, you can see that we are really doing the inclusiveness finance. About 3 million of our clients, they don't have any kind of record of the credit in banks, but we still provide the loan. Totally, there are over 20 million. We already give them this line of credit. In our customer, there are also over 2,000 people with some disability in the hearing. So through the remote video, we communicate with them and finish this authorization offline to them. After demonstration of this group of data, I will talk about my personal understanding of the inclusive finance. My personal understanding. That means that if you provide finance to more and more people, it's inclusive. But the essence is you should discover the bad people to give this kind of financing to those people not bad, whatever your name is, internet banking finance, or the bank internet, or the inclusive finance. Whatever you call it, a lot of people ask what is the essence of inclusive finance. Personally, I believe that it's still finance. Because you cannot be separated from the risk control. When we are doing those risk control, especially in the internet, mobile internet era, if you do this risk control, there are several features which are very unique. It's not different from traditional features. The first is accurate. The second is real-time. This is also brought up by the mobile internet. For the anti-fraud, if you cannot in the real manner discover this fraud, it's not just say that it brings you some bad debt. Maybe it brings bankruptcy to you. First, the third is cost. The fourth is mobile. Then talk about the hui in the hui. Generally, if we talk about the character hui, we'll think about whether or not the product, the price is cheap or not. But I think this is a consideration only through one dimension. If you think like this in the future, your thinking dimension is very narrow. The price, maybe you can reduce by 20 or 30 or 50%, cut the price by 50%. But there's a limit. If at last you cannot earn profit and you stopped. So I think for the hui, you should do it in several ways. First, you should, in a big extent, improve those capital use efficiency. Some of the small clients, they are the flower shops, all these aqua shops, all those fruit shops boss. When they try import some of the cargo, they first have some borrowing, and they at once sell out those fruits. They can pay back. So this kind of every day they cost maybe only 2 or 3 RMB. For them, the price is not very important. They can at any moment borrow and they can pay back. So you should give your client a feeling that it's price. So you should improve in a great extent the use efficiency of users. So there are a lot of reference to share with you in this aspect. The second, you should not give some extra cost to your clients, except for those capital expenses. When the customer try to borrow from you, you should not ask them to come to you for several times, collect a lot of documents. So for us, if you hope to borrow, they don't have to come here. If they need a loan, they don't have to meet us face to face. The third main important thing is, as an operator, as the insider, you should use a scientific and technological way to greatly reduce our costs to make it into a sustainable business model. If we change it into sustainable, then we can absorb more market subject to take part in the team of the inclusive finance. If there are more people here, the competition will be more fierce, and the price will naturally reach a reasonable position. So this is my understanding of inclusive finance. Now we are using those partner banks mechanism. Totally 800 million loans. We're in about 200 billion. They are from our partner banks. They have some, by themselves have some risk analysis. Because of time limit, I will not talk too much about it. At last, just now, yesterday, I saw that the CPC Central Committee's economic work meeting. In this meeting's summary, there is one sentence I noticed. He said that we should fully play the market decisive function in the financial adjustment. We can summarize it as the market adjustment. So I'm really twisted on that. I should correct my topic as the market as direction to make this